The Nintendo Switch Lite is coming. Have you seen the pictures of this thing?
Yeah, it's without the console, right?
Yeah, so there's no detachable Joy-Cons. It's one solid console. It's obviously a bit smaller because it would have to be at that point. And it has no option for outputting to a television. It does have the newer architecture stuff on the latest refresh, so it would have a die shrink or something like that, or an SoC shrink, so the battery life is better.
That's good.
And possibly a little bit more graphical power, depending on if they have a new Tegra chip in there. Not so much that it's going to be like some mind-boggling upgrade, but you're probably going to get some performance improvements, especially since you're in handheld and not outputting to a television.
If I was buying into the game right now and I had to choose between a Lite and a normal, I'd be grabbing the Lite, if I'm going to be honest with you, because I personally, and most people that I know that have a Nintendo Switch, they don't use it as the home console. It's on the go. It's a traveling gaming system that they use, or laying in bed. They just want to, use it almost like a Game Boy. So I think it's actually a good option to have.
Yes, I think it's a good option too. I think it's a good use of the resources. I think it helps try to capture more of the 3DS market that they haven't already captured with this. And more specifically, it captures like the 2DS market, right? It's the less features, but it's only $200. So
that's
you're hitting a real good price point.
That's a great price point.
And so that's, I think, probably, it is a smart move. And of course, this is also spawned, and to answer your question, Don, actually, before we move on, same schedule if we move back to Twitch, yes. It'll be the 4 o'clock, whatever, barring me getting hit in the back by another car again. So, they of course, now rumors are also around a Switch Pro, which got lit up a bit when one of the devs for Torchlight 2, which is coming to the Switch here, I guess in the not too distant future, the way that he was talking about the development for the game for the Switch has kind of makes people believe that what he's actually talking about is that there's a pro version of the Switch coming, which would make sense. Honestly, to have a pro version, the other consoles have it. I think you're hitting with the Lite, you're hitting the mobile market.
Pro.
With the Pro, you're hitting the upper
I
end.
just logged into Twitter to post that we're live.
Yeah.
And I saw your GIF of the Tim Hortons with the burgers. Bro, it's so fucking perfect.
Dude, have you seen that movie?
Of course I've seen that movie. It's amazing.
It's one of my favorite reaction gifs. If you guys don't know what reaction gif, all right. So I complete no segue. When I was on my way here, I always stop and get Tim Hortons. I have to eat something or whatever, and then I get Jeff a coffee and Kale coffee. And when I was in the lineup in the drive-through, I noticed on the board that they are now serving Beyond Meat hamburgers at Tim Hortons. And the fact that they were selling hamburgers at all at Tim Hortons was fucking wild to me. So I made this tweet like, what in the hell are the Americans doing to our fucking chain?
I'm posting it in the chat right now so y'all can see what I'm talking about.
And there's the gif of what's his name? The actor's name? Fucking
it's
the guy who did the Disaster Artist.
Yes. I'm so, dude. It's the thing when it comes to names,
I'm so bad.
I'm bad at it. Like, but if I'm not trying to think of it, I'll
there.
know it.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
Somebody in chat will say it. I don't care. Somebody in chat will say it.
I think he's an underrated actor personally.
He is super underrated.
Yeah. So he, it's from the movie. It's from the movie The Interview, and he's
James Franco.
That's it.
Thank you.
And he's doing the gif where he's standing up off the bench as like a response when they were having that argument in the movie, which is one of the funniest scenes in the movie. That whole movie, by the way.
It's gold. It's gold, bro. It's gold. It's gold.
Eminem coming out as gay is one of my favorite scenes in any movie.
It's gold.
Ever.
It's a gold movie.
Hector's rectum is real.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite lines.
It's gold.
So what you're saying is Hector's rectum is real. That fucking slays me, man. It's amazing. Anyway, so yeah, Beyond Meat Burger at Tim Hortons. Fuck. Sorry, you guys that are Americans, but fuck American companies buying our shit up and ruining it. Like Tim Hortons serving a hamburger is like some sacrilegious bullshit.
You don't do that.
So,
you don't do that.
Anyway, back to the Switch.
Yes.
The Switch Pro.
The Pro.
So it makes sense. You get your Switch Lite, which they missed out on the opportunity to call it the Light Switch.
Probably. I can probably see why they didn't.
Yeah, but at the same time, man, that's a great joke.
It's pretty.
I mean,
cool.
they named the thing the goddamn Wii U, bro. Does the light switch really that much worse?
I suppose you're right.
It sounds like an ambulance, or
you got one of those light switches.
Exactly. People going into Home Depot asking for light switches.
Could you imagine? Christmas time. Yeah, where's your light switch section?
Grandparents going in. Where's the light switch? Well, if you go over to lighting, so anyway, I think it makes sense to have the light, which kind of focuses even more heavily on the people that just want the mobile aspect of it. And then to have the Pro is for the people that are spending more time docked at the TV.
Yep.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
Perfect.
And honestly, I think you phase out the mid one and just
that's
just
it.
Switch
Those
Pro.
two options.
Switch Pro.
Yep.
Switch Lite. That's it.
Yep.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's inevitably what happens at some point. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we got the original.
Yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
Got people in love with it.
Yes.
Make a Lite, hit a whole new demographic, and then make the Pro a different other demographic.
Yeah.
You're catering to both sides. And then if they want the best of both worlds, you can either just get that if you don't want the Pro.
Exactly.
Or you just get the Pro, and then you still have the best of both worlds.
And so the other thing here is that the standard model is getting. There's always refreshes. It's not they name it different, but there's refreshes as technology and stuff is changing and whatnot. So there's a shrink, like a die shrink or an SoC shrink. This will be the third refresh. So the first send out of consoles, the battery life was like somewhere around 2.5 hours to I think it was like 5 hours or something in handheld mode. And then the second one was a little bit longer. And then this next one is something like.
Did you hear that?
Am I hearing music?
It sounded like music. I don't know where that would come from, but anyway.
Okay. And then there's this newer one's like 5.5 to 9 hours, which is a substantial.
That's like double.
So they're saying that, or 5 to 9 hours. So they're saying that, for example, the example that they gave was Breath of the Wild would be 5.5 hours. And that's probably one of the more intensive games.
Graphically
the console
intensive
has.
and shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, 5.5 hours in handheld mode is pretty fire.
How long are you playing handhelds at a single time anyway? Usually within 5.5 hours, you're either by a power source to plug in.
I mean, if you're
on a flight, like a super long flight that doesn't have the jacks.
If you're on a train or something, or a bus, like the long way commutes.
I suppose.
Or if you're flying, like you were saying, or something like that.
A lot of people have power banks as well,
Both
too.
ways. You get a power bank for sure. But, I mean, even at 5.5 to 9 hours, the odds of you needing a power bank in a day...
It's slim.
Almost zero.
Yeah,
right?
slim. Unless you're going camping or something.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good. We don't know for sure what's happening if a Pro is a thing. I'm going to say it's an almost foregone conclusion. It's just unlikely to happen this year. We're probably going to see it maybe next year, something along those lines.
Yep.
But there you have it. It's something that the Nintendo should probably be advertising that the newer versions have such better battery life. But I guess in their position, since it's not like a full refresh, it's kind of hard to want to market that in any appreciable way. So it's just something that if you bought one now and it's a newer model, like you can go online, you can see the SKU numbers that will denote what version of the Switch. It's kind of like when you got like the old carts.
It's like
for
the
N64.
Nintendo SP, right? There's a Nintendo SP 101 and then there's a Nintendo SP 001.
And same with PlayStations and stuff like that. They all had their things where regions and stuff were a bit different, or how they played games were a bit different. So yeah, anyway, that's the thing.
Cool, Nintendo.